Welcome to another We Draw Together. I'm Rhett, and we have a special friend with us today. You want to tell us your name and your age?
My name is Bella, and I'm 8.
Awesome. Thank you for being with us, Bella.
You're welcome. I'm Savannah, and I'm 6.
All right. Today, we are going to draw for Christmas the Grinch. Okay, so let's get started. So, not in the middle of the page, but a little bit closer to the side, but not right on the edge. Right about in here.
So right here?
We're going to do a V, but this V is going to be really open. Not one that's really narrow, but this is a wide V. Can you do a wide V? Boy, both y'all did excellent Vs. Okay, now we're going to kind of make the shape of a heart, but we don't want this to come very far. Just a little curve on that side, and the same thing over here, a little curve on this side. It's starting to look like a heart, but not.
Like that?
That's excellent. And from there, we're just going to go up with short lines, not very far. At the end of both of your curves, these little short lines, just up a little bit. Excellent. Okay, now we're going to come across here and connect these two lines, but we're going to connect them with these, waves. Have you ever made water waves where you're doing little curves like that? Those little curves that come all the way across. And then we're going to do it on top too, but now the curves are going to go the other way. And we're going to come about the same length of line on top. We're matching the bottom, but now the curves are the other way. And now let's just take those curves all the way around, and you bring them down to where your heart is, the curve of your heart. Anywhere like down there is fine.
It's like his brain.
His brain. Okay, now we're going to start out here a little bit off from the side of the hat and do a V, and the V can come down to about the middle of your, this is his face over here, and then it comes up past the clouds that you've made. Nice. And then now let's just keep taking this V up, and it's going to be longer than the other side. Good. And then now let's, over here on this side, let's draw a diagonal line like that. And now let's connect those two lines on the top. We're going to connect them just like that. Good. And then now from this side, we're going to bring it up. And, oh, I missed my line, so I'm going to connect those two. But we're just making another short line, whoops, that connect
like
this one. Yeah. Good. That is awesome. Now, to give it a little bit of texture, let's just go ahead and bring this line up and then add another one. So now that we can take it off the top, take it up, and then another one. Good. Okay. Now put you a circle down here at the end of the V, but I'm going to do my circle with these, humps all the way around. Yes. Good. Awesome. Okay. Now we're going to draw a V in here. And it's going to follow this V, like this. V. Okay, and now let's go ahead and even follow the curve just a little. Not too much, but you can follow the curve. And then on this side too, follow the curve. Just a little. And then now on the end, we're going to do a little curve like this. Same thing over here, a little curve.
It's kind of like a frown.
Uh-huh.
Frown.
Yeah, little frowns on the end of his smile. And then in the middle of this, right in the middle of these, we're going to do this tiny little nose, but it has 1, 2, 3 humps. 1, 2, 3. And then you just connect the top with a curve like that. You curve it over to make his nose. Good, and then we're just going to start right at the eyebrow, we're making his eyebrows. We're going to start right at the nose and come up like this, and don't take it all the way to touch the hat. But up like that, And then up the other way.
So another V on the nose.
Another V. He's got a lot of V's on him. And now this is what you want to do with his eyes. You want to start at the eyebrow and draw a U. And then it'll come back and it'll hit the eyebrow on the other side. Yeah, good. Same thing on the other side. We're going to draw the U. And then for his eyeballs, his pupils, I'm going to do mine, both of them, more towards the inside of his eye. That makes, when you do the pupils towards the inside, it makes it look like they're looking at you. Okay, excellent. Those are great. Now to make someone really mad, you got to give them these lines. So we're going to do 2 of them up right here. 1, 2. That come up right in there, if you have room. Good. Okay, now we're going to start out here on the curve of his cheek, and we're going to do that big fluff that we did on the hat. And we're going to come all the way around and curve it and just stop it kind of halfway up his cheek here.
Like that?
That's excellent. Yes. Perfect. He's looking really mean. Now, we're going to draw a curve that comes all the way down to halfway about on your page. Just curve it like this. A big curve like that. Good. Nice. Awesome. Okay, and now we're going to draw right here, starting off of the edge of his fluff, a line like that. And then another line. This is almost parallel, but look, mine is getting a little thinner towards the bottom. Starts out a little wider at the top, thinner at the bottom. I did it on this side, so come on the other side. Yep. And you can even draw that line past the other line. You can come past it a little bit.
Like that?
That's perfect. Now, same thing. We're going to do 2 lines going this way, but both of my lines are going to be getting thinner as I draw them. Thinner. That's right. And then now let's do a line like this. It can come past those 2 lines just a little. And then let's put our fluff in that connects those 2 lines right there. Just some little humps on that side. Some U's. Good. Okay, now this line that we're going to draw out of here can come just straight, and it can even angle, do a little tiny curve at the end of it. It comes straight out. Good. Excellent. Now we're going to, about halfway, put 1 more that follows that, and then 1 more that follows that. Both of them are going to be halfway of that line. Not all the way back to the fluff. Halfway to the fluff.
Making his fingers.
Yeah, his fingers, and he has these crazy, like, hairy fingers.
I made 3.
That's okay. That's good. And then the last one, let's do one that starts back at the fluff, but up here, and it just goes up, like that.
Like, this is his thumb.
That's his thumb, yeah. Now, let's just start right in here, somewhere on the fingers, and draw a line that goes up.
Uh-oh.
You can start on the end of your finger. It can go up, just right up next to that fluff. You can start out here, closer to the end of his fingers, or why don't you make
right
his...
Here?
Yeah. Good. And then we're gonna draw a little square. That's what we're making, is a little bit of a square. So you can even make your square at an angle.
Like the present?
Sure. Up, over, down. That's great. That's perfect. And then back to his fingers. It can just run into his fingers there. Oh, I didn't really leave any room for myself to put... Can you put a little bow on yours or not? I put a little...
I can.
It's like little water droplets is basically how you make a little bow. Good. And then let's put the bow going down the side. So just 2 lines that go from the top to the bottom of the package. Good. Awesome. Okay, now let's do the front of his body, like his chest. We're going to start right in here on the fluff, underneath his chin, and just draw it kind of a curve. And then it's going to hit somewhere, wherever it hits on yours, it can hit somewhere in his arm. And this, his body is going behind his arm, so that's why we're stopping it there. And then it's going to come out on the other side. I'm just going to draw a little bit of a line right there so I know where that line is going to come out. Good, and then now we can connect these two lines with that fluff. I'm going to draw those curves there and then on the bottom.
He's sneaking.
He is sneaking. Awesome. Okay, now these two lines that we've drawn, this one and this one here, we're going to kind of continue them like this. Let's just draw a little bit like that, but that's all we need for right now. It's just it starts to curve around. This is his bottom half. Okay, now let's start up here just a little bit off of the fluff, and we're going to draw a diagonal line like this. This is going to be the first part of his leg, so you might need to make it a little bit longer. Or yours is good, Savannah. Maybe yours a little longer, Bella, for his thigh. Good, and then same thing as the arm, we're going to draw another line that runs parallel, but it's going to be getting thinner. And this one can actually come past this one a little bit.
So this one right here?
Uh-huh. It starts out kind of wide at the top, and then it just gets a little thinner as it goes.
Kind of like the arm?
Kind of like the arm, exactly, yeah. And then this is going to be his knee. You can always give yourself a little bit of a knee, just a tiny little curve in there. Little curve. And then now this is going to be a diagonal that's going back the other way, like this. And then we're going to do the same thing. We're going to draw the line and have it come up here, but for a calf, you go like this, and then give yourself a little bit of a curve. A little bit of a curve. Good, excellent. Okay, nice. Now we're going to do the same thing that we did with the hands, a straight line that passes the leg, and then give yourself that fluff on the bottom part. Good, okay, so now we're going to draw a line that starts at the fluff and comes down like this. Straight down. Straight down. Excellent. And now at the end of it, we're going to do a V. And my V, the bottom part, it comes past this straight line. It comes past it a little bit. Okay, and then now out here, let's draw a little curve. Draw a little curve. Good, and then now let's just connect those two lines. So this one, connect it up there to that one. Okay, now that we have this leg in here, let's go ahead and finish out this bottom line, and it's rounding all the way. It's gonna, like, he looks like the bottom half of him looks like a bean or something. Yeah, oh good, Savannah, nice. That's awesome.
And connect it here?
Yep, and connect it there. Good. Now let's do the same thing with our leg, but now we're going to start a little bit higher up on the curve that you just made, and this leg can come straight out. And then let's draw his little knee curve, a little curve for his knee. And then this line is going to come straight down. And you want this line to be about the same length as this other line, so his two legs match. Good, awesome, okay. And now let's do that. This is going to be the thigh, and so we'll start right about in here. Maybe I'm starting on his leg. You might start somewhere else, but I'm going to draw it out to here. See, it's getting thinner as it gets closer to his knee, and then now that part that starts thin down here, and then a little bit of a curve for his calf, and then it gets thin at the bottom. Awesome. Okay, now let's do that flat line and those fluff. And the line on this shoe, this one's going to come straight down just like the other one, but this one's going to be different because we're going to put the curve back here, and then we're going to just connect those two. So that's going to be like the one that he's pointing as he's walking here. All right, that pretty much finishes him up. I'm looking back at my finger, at my thumb, and it kind of just comes out here like this. I'm just going to start at the tip and bring it back down here, and then just connect my fingers. So you can just draw a line that comes back here. So this looks like a V, his thumb.
Like that? Mine kind of
That's
looks
excellent.
like a U.
That's okay, it looks good. And then I'm just going to bring a line over there to the rest of the fingers. Oh, let's not forget this part. Now, down here, let's draw a half circle and then some cracks, some little jagged parts. We're going to do 2 of those. And now on the other side, half circle and some jagged parts. And then at the bottom of one of those half circles, put in a little tiny square. Little tiny square. And now draw a hook that comes out from the top of that square. What's that we drew?
It's a broken ornament.
Yeah. And let's do maybe one more little square. It can be any shape that you want. And then I'm going to put another little jagged piece in there somewhere, so we can tell for sure that he broke it. Okay, these are looking awesome. So now we're going to color ours, and you can fast forward, and we'll see you at the end.
You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. You really are a heel. You're as cuddly as a cactus. You're as charming as an eel, Mr. Grinch. You're a bad banana with a greasy black peel. Oh, I'm sorry, did I scare you? I love it when the little ones cry. You're a monster who me, Mr. Grinch. Your point. Your heart's an empty hole. What heart? Your brain is full of spiders. You've got garlic in your soul, Mr. Grinch. Yummy. I wouldn't touch you with a 39.5-foot pole. Mr. Grinch, you wouldn't do that. Not the Who's Feast.
Thanks for joining us for another We Draw Together. I think our Grinches turned out pretty good looking. I gave mine a little pink package there.
And I gave mine some snow.
Nice.
And mine is really mad. And mine is also the leader of all the Grinches.
Oh, I guess if they're all going this way, then yeah, he is. We're going to follow you. Don't jump off the edge. Ah! Thanks for joining us. Join us again next time for another We Draw Together. Yay! Yes! Yes!
King of sinful
Yes!
Your heart's a dead tomato, splotched with moldy purple spots. You're the Grinch. Your soul is an appalling dump heap overflowing with the most disgraceful assortment of deplorable rubbish imaginable, mangled up in